Hello, welcome back to the exploration of how to remove a tadpole from someone's head. Currently we are at the Druid's Grove, and they are about to seal themselves off from the rest of the world.
I'm sleeping. Okay.
Okay, so if you just talk to them, you can get the elevator, which, I mean, I don't need the elevator, haha. Got him. Nice. Okay. These hitboxes are so messy. Okay, breeze time.
Shh, I'm concentrating. Does this look good? Is the coin in the middle?
Trinkets will rust, friend. A song shines on forever. That's a good line.
He lets out a tentative chirp. Gaining confidence, he starts a song, abandoning his nest-building
It's pretty.
efforts.
So I should be able to steal his stuff.
Please, Tusk, it's not the time.
Okay, what else does he have in here? He has some wheat, a magnifying glass, and a quill. Stolen. I don't know if this would be stealing. It doesn't look like it would be, but I don't think I should just take it.
By Sylvanus, the Forest Father, we are granted balance.
Speak. The bird knows. She needs to know. You do not.
Yeah, I think persuasion. Look at that, so much.
Forgive me. It is not you I fear. It is my brethren. More follow Korga every day. They are afraid, and she offers a simple solution. Eject the refugees, and we will be safe. A druid and an outsider. We can do nothing without turning the others against us. Only Master Halsin can stop this. I pray my bird returns with news of him. If not, I fear for my people.
I don't remember if there's mention of a bird later. What
He
happened to
left with the
Halsin?
adventurers. They went treasure hunting in an old temple near here.
I know where he is.
Master Halsin did not chase treasure. I do not know what he was chasing, but he never returned.
Okay. I know there's something that if you read it, it is important. It might not be out here.
By
It's
Sylvanus,
red though.
the old oak, all death begets life.
Oh yeah. Now it's time to go in here, which will lead downstairs, which will lead to Kaga.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
We actually need to keep Shadowheart away from the wolf.
Please. I'm sorry.
This is madness, Korga. She's just a...
A what, Wrath? A thief? A poison? A threat? I will imprison the devil. And I will cast out every stranger.
I wonder why it's italicized. I think I would say this.
We will speak
And
soon
then
enough.
they complain.
First, judgment must be passed. The parasite eats our food, drinks our water, then steals our most holy idol in thanks. Wrath, lock her up. She remains here until the rite is complete. And keep still, devil. Tila is restless.
Come, Korga. We took back the
It's a
idol.
great
Surely.
snake
do it.
design. Are any of... yeah. What does... I guess Bard... Bard is here because of... nobly... like... this? Like... I'm not sure what the reason for it being Bard is. It feels like it could be Ogma as well, because information in general, but it's weird that it's Bard.
The words of the Tree Father, spoken plain.
I guess it's lore,
It
but
is as you say. Sif, Tila, to me.
the Gale's delayed approval.
My grace has its limits.
It hurts.
Thank you, Korga.
I don't know why
Master
that triggered
Halsin-
there.
Halsin isn't here. Keep his name off your tongue, lest Tila pierce it.
She's an important character to talk to because of the wolf.
I know that look. You're wondering why I was in
Oh
pain.
no, the pain.
Let's just clear the air about that now. It's just an old wound that hurts me from time to time. Nothing to be concerned about. It's nothing to do with the tadpoles, at least, in case your imagination is in danger of getting away from you. It's just something I have to
The
live
lighting
with.
here is kind of iffy. How badly does it hurt?
Quite a lot, if I'm being honest. But it always passes quickly, so I can manage. We've been through quite a lot, with likely more to come. Care to narrow it
Okay.
down a little?
Like... I just want to leave. Okay, I guess I have to talk to Gale.
Tiring business, isn't it? All this traveling and adventuring. Why don't we take a little break?
No.
Allow ourselves a few moments of rest? Gives me a chance to talk to you about something, well, rather important.
No rest for the likes of us.
What? No rest for the dashing? Pish posh.
He's a fun
We've been on
character.
the road together for a while now, haven't we?
No.
Survived some perils, overcame some obstacles. Ever since you were kind enough to free me from that stone, I've seen you demonstrate remarkable guile and courage. The way you diffused the tension between Zevlor
This
and
all is very
Aradin.
weird.
The way you got Korga to release the girl. In short, I've grown to trust you.
I know what this is about already. I really want to say this to prevent him from going any closer, but that's just rude. Let's go with enough with the flattery.
I was being quite sincere, I assure you.
Perfect. It was less rude than the other
reason
one.
I make a point of saying this
In
is
my
that I've
mind.
grown confident enough to tell you something I've yet to tell another living soul, except for my cat. You see, I
I
have
think you actually
this
see his cat later.
condition. Very different from the parasite we share, but just as deadly.
I don't think... I guess if I think about it as a world where gods are real, this might be something they would say. But I know what his condition is, and I know that his response... Oh, actually, it'd be really funny if I was a cleric of Mystra. Oh, that would have been so good, just for this line. Because it's directly tied to Mystra.
The specifics are rather personal, but suffice it to say that it is a malady I've learned to live with, though not without some effort. What it comes down to is this. Every so often, I need to get my hands on a powerful magical item and absorb the weave inside.
What kind of... So... I think... I'm
I
going to
can
need more
say no
details.
more on the matter. Not now, anyway. Just trust me when I say it's all of vital importance. It's been days since I last consumed an artifact, since before we were abducted. It's only a matter of time before my craving returns.
So it hasn't returned yet.
That is why I turn to you. I need you to help me find magic items to consume. It is vital. Dare I say it? critical.
Those last two lines really encapsulate his character, like the way he says it. That's not what I would say. Where do you suggest we find the artifacts? Sure.
We've already done the finding. In fact, you have one in your possession.
That is an aggressive
Know for
face.
yourself how hard-won such an item was, and it will be no easier when even more are required to assuage my hunger. There'll be danger involved, or great cost.
There's a lot of weird pauses like that. Is this the only positive answer? Yeah, negative, negative, kind of negative.
Splendid. Bit of boldness will serve us well. I'm sure we won't have to look very far to find what I need. Faerun overflows with magic-infused
Which it
treasure.
does. It's definitely true.
As do our packs, as a matter of fact. We've such an item already in our possession. Primed for the moment the need arises. I hope I can count on you.
I wonder what the trigger for that interaction is. What is this? Urchin, not on my watch, not letting the kid get beaten? Yeah. But like... I wonder if this would count. It probably wouldn't.
There is work to do.
I mean, I'd probably be happy to have Gale consume that one. Oh yeah, I can also do this. Just take the mysterious artifact. She's very protective of it, but... Oh yeah, these two guys are...
That's what matters.
At least one of them is incredibly racist.
Let's move.
So, I could talk to the rats, I could talk to the wolf. I might want to go over here. Actually, I didn't go here at all. Ever. Interesting. Oh yeah, but whatever triggered the conversation with Gale is odd, because since the start of the game, I've taken one short rest and that's it. Like, I haven't done a single full rest. So, all of this would have taken place in less than 24 hours for sure. Using in-game time passage. Oh yeah, that's...
Another stranger come to vex me. What will you do? Hunt me? Grab my tail? Shout until my head hurts?
What? What a weird sentence. It just seems like a weird sentence.
Stupid or a liar. Neither is needed here.
Weird.
I don't need any attention right now.
Oh. Okay, there's so many of these that popped up. She's just over in the other room. He's in the goblin camp. That is... I have to talk to the guy that I was in the air before. Kaga, I need to speak to her. So I need to investigate her more thoroughly. Because this is actually a plot line that I totally have... I know what the end point, sort of, but I don't actually know the story. I need to talk to her parents before she dies. Or before they leave, because
I suppose you've noticed
it'll be
I'm
quicker.
Not terribly fond of wolves. They're ravenous predators with fangs like daggers. It's hardly an irrational fear to harbor. You've been decent to me so far.
Again, we've known each other for less than
Maybe
24
if you
hours.
can, don't make me face any more of them. At least, not alone.
Sure.
Really? Some might think it makes me a liability.
There aren't a lot of wolves in the game,
Maybe
so...
that's what I like about you. You're different.
There's maybe one or two other places that I can remember there being any number of wolves, and even then, it's not that dangerous. Why can I see Kaga's chest? Like, what? Okay, it's there, which means it's out and around this way. I guess I can see through the top. I mean, I'm happy to attempt to steal from her. You can just take the entire box, is the funniest part. Okay, this DC's not bad. I can't wait till I get the advantage gloves that I think are guaranteed somewhere. No idea where I get them, but...
Out of sight, out of mind.
Mark crisscross page, don't look scribbled. Kaga, swamp docks, tree, meet me, alone, Olodan. Swamp docks. Oh, is that the south? I don't want to go there this early. The Shadow Druid's Doctrine. Balance is a myth, where any clan treads, nature struggles, unities of fiction, men of mere flesh, seek only to tame beasts and raise flora. We are the thunder, we are the rain, we shatter mankind and grow new life in its place. Ooh. So just learning about the Shadow Druids triggers Sage. See, the background determines what you get. Guild Artisan's pretty good because there's an entire segment of the game where you get a bunch of inspiration, though you don't actually want a lot of inspiration at once because without mods or whatever you have a limit of 4, so I'm already almost at the limit.
On my way.
I don't think they're a good person. Yeah, I can come back to steal stuff if I feel like it later.
See what this does.
I don't think I need to steal anything right now. Because there's a chance it won't be stealing if I do it later. Apparently those two aren't... Oh yeah, Nettie.
They did a number on you, didn't they? Does that hurt?
Oh, actually I need to look. No, it's through... There's another door somewhere, I think. It's down this way. Nope. It's through here? I need to talk to her. Oh. Can I talk to the bird?
Please.
I'm resting.
I'm resting.
Sorry.
The bird says nothing.
And then Nettie.
I see you. Just give me a moment.
And I mean... I think just...
This medicat. There. It's up to her now. Life or death.
Well, I hope they meet the bird outside.
What was it you needed?
I'm looking for Nettie.
You found her, but I still don't know what she can do for you.
Do you know anything about mind flayers?
Why are you asking?
Yeah, let's just be honest, because I mean, she's pleasant enough of a
A
person.
tadpole. A mind flayer tadpole. That's a serious condition.
Yeah, that's a weird one to
Come,
be.
follow me. I might be able to help.
The fact that the line,
We need to be
yes,
quick.
the very
This
same,
way.
is a Githyanki specific line is wild. Oh, this is a... I might steal that later. I won't steal it now, but...
This one had the same problem as you. Attacked us in the woods together with some goblins.
Drow, I think.
Tadpole crawled out of his head soon after.
Yeah, I'm hoping for a less grave cure. I'm still suspicious of this whole thing that she does here. Because she never does anything with this stick. But it could also just be like a spellcasting
I'll
focus.
do the best I can.
Or
I'm
it's
no
just stabbing me
Master
in the
House of
eye.
mine. He'd have your tadpole out like that. Still, we have options. You don't have to be here for this.
No, I'll stay.
Yeah, I
I'd
think
rather
here
know
she's...
exactly what you're up to.
All right. Let's see what we can do. It might. But first things first. Tell me about your symptoms.
I wonder
Have
what
you
the
noticed
insight
anything
was.
strange happening?
I mean, actually, spoilers, this is unrelated. Talking with the intellect devourer could be interesting, but that's more likely to incriminate me. I think lying is a lie, and that's more likely to cause issues.
Victims can identify each other. Not that the others know they're victims, of course. How'd you pick up the parasite? Halsin was desperate to find where all this was happening.
Go
A
there.
mind flayer ship?
That
But
closing's
Master
pretty
Halsin was
funny.
sure. Look, you've been straight with me, so I'll be straight with you.
'Cause I think she was gonna kill me.
You're dangerous.
I'm not
if
sure
you
though.
transform here, we're all dead. But you seem like a good soul. You deserve a chance to save yourself.
Yeah, she puts it away right after saying that.
This is a vial of wyvern poison. Swear to me, you'll swallow it if you feel any symptoms.
Ooh, that's a good one. I'm glad that's a prompt that I can take. Because it's just easier to say, yeah, sure. Because you don't need to do it. Spoilers. But this is a fun... I wonder if all cleric... I assume all clerics have it. Like, by the lore... By the blank.
I hope it doesn't come to that, but
Shadowheart
you.
approves. Like,
Here.
that says a lot about her character
You know,
beyond Shar.
I've spent my life treating folk and never once saw a mind flayer infection. Then suddenly, there's dozens of you. Maybe more. Master Halsin and I were tracking them, studying them, trying to figure out what the hells was going on.
Like, why did it open?
Because you should all be changing. There should be a small army of mind flayers out there. But you're not. Weird powers aside, you seem perfectly normal.
Those long pauses are kind of annoying. You must have learned something.
For one, that thing in your head is like nothing we've ever seen from mind flayers. It's one of their worms for sure. But this one gives you powers.
It's different.
Telepathic connections. And it doesn't turn you into one of them. Not yet, anyhow.
I think it's only a matter of time. That's good news. You said you were tracking other victims.
Hard to say, but there's a lot we don't know. Infected, folks like you, have been converging on an old temple of Selûne. And I've no idea why.
I think that's the
When
goblin
Master
camp.
Halsin heard the adventurers were heading that way, he saw a chance to get answers. Joined on the spot. Whatever he found there, he didn't make it back.
What do you want me to do? Go and get him? You think he's still alive? What's it?
I think so. I hope so. I've sent birds to find him, but they can't get close without goblins trying to shoot them down. You, though, you're one of them. Technically speaking, I mean. They won't kill someone carrying their parasite. If you can find Halsin and get him out of there, we can discover what he learned. And perhaps he can save your life. How's that sound?
You sure he can cure me? She's gonna say no.
I can't make any
Yeah.
promises. This is like nothing we've seen before. But I know this for sure. Master Halsin is the only one close to understanding these things. He's your best bet to survive. Otherwise, that vial's your only option.
Pretty. Whew. Alright.
Thank you. It would mean everything to the Grove. To me. I wish I could tell you more. But only those adventurers know what happened out there. All I can say for sure is they all went to the old temple of Selûne. And Master Halsin didn't make it back. Good luck out there. And if things start to go bad, remember the vial. Remember your oath.
Yep.
Step at a time, Nettie.
Okay. Yeah, the wyvern talking. It's kind of interesting
Never tried.
because it's only. Oh, it is a No, after a second, I thought it was a legendary card. It is only 1d8 poison damage. Can I use it? I can only coat weapon, I can't just drink it. Which, I mean, they never made it
These
meant
things
for you to
start go
consume
very
it.
wrong.
Wait.
There's something in that vessel. Take a closer look.
Oh, it's a different voice than the one I had previously. Which makes sense.
Better be cautious.
I'm pretty sure that's what they were telling me to grab. I'm not going to consume it yet. There's a later plot point where they prompt you to consume them. And I think that's what my character will actually go all in on that. Soul coins of treatise are kind of interesting. They're basically... yeah. I should steal that. Well, I probably shouldn't steal it, but... Artifice High House. Gondians? Oh, actually, this is relevant. Believe that an artificer of the High House would not stoop to publish in any volumes outside the great Gondian journals they so diligently guard. But they forget that I am not so grand. Before I lent my name and not my knowledge to the High House of Wonders, and all the marvels therein, I was not but a lazy farm girl who liked to look up. And that was when I first saw them, the slow and serene earth motes, entire mountains migrating through the sky above. It was later I learned of their origins, the ancient Netherese empire that fashioned them. Netheril is very relevant to the plot. High House, Netheril, Gond. So I guess Gond is the gnome god, because Gondians and... actually, it might not be the gnome god. But Gondians and iron... somethings are gnome... I assume gnome groups. The iron something or others are relevant later in the story, and one of them complains about the Gondians. Which I assume...
What's that?
What's that? Like, what did she notice? Where? Normally it highlights it. I don't think it's this. I see... unless... no. Yeah, I have no idea what was noticed. Like, where was this perception check rolled? Oh, maybe it's this? Is what was rolled on the perception check?
With a flick of the wrist.
Can I really? Okay, good. Good. I was gonna complain if they let me. Why is his name gold if it's red? It'd normally be red on this. Weird. On antidotes. Can I read it?
Tempers are rising.
Okay. I mean, she magically knew that I stole stuff despite not seeing me steal it, but whatever. It's a single -5 attitude hit, not the end of the world. You just had to publish my notes. I'm not actually gonna... I'm just gonna do it, and I get a recipe for antidote. Apologies, I stole it. I don't know how you knew I stole it, but... I guess I should probably talk to her. They don't really have much to say. Let's talk to the rats.
Very well.
I'll talk to the rat before
Rat
I talk to
watches your
her.
movement.
Does not speak. I assume it's gonna be the same.
Rat.
Actually, just gonna ignore her.
The rat doesn't.
Interesting. Group from Baldur's Gate. Okay, actually, this is worth reading. Sent 2 druids, some of the newer recruits up north. Village there has had 2 days of failed crops and are unlikely to survive the next winter. A group from Baldur's Gate arrived. They set up camp on the edge of the forest. 2 bears and a fox came by. Their territory has been burned out. Half the fox's cubs died. Paying them this new group a visit tomorrow. Visit did not go well. After telling me where to shove it, they said they'd cut down half the forest and burn out any wildlife that dared stick around. Claimed they were going to farm the land and make a new city of their own. Time to get creative.
This will all be over.
Mudslide did the trick, buried half their farming equipment and made the rest useless. They won't be back anytime soon. Got reports of a red wizard in this village south of here, sending 3 rangers to investigate. If they catch even a whiff of a red cloak, I'm contacting the House of Sylvanas. Is this like the Flaming Fist? Are the Flaming Fist the red cloak people?
Go on. Say it.
I'm
You
actually
think I'm a
going to say it
monster?
this time.
Monster.
Oh,
Too kind.
he prompted it.
A
Nice.
demon, more like.
Because my previous character was kind of sort of pragmatic, but
Yes, you would say so. I know your kind. You see only villains and victims. A viper bears her fangs defending her brood. I call her mother. You call her monster.
well, no, that's
No
slightly
matter.
different.
I took back the idol of Sylvanas, and the right is resumed. We will seal the grove, free from harm, free of intruders.
Because, like, conceptually, it would be more like the viper biting somebody that at that very moment was not a threat. Could be a threat in the future, but
The right of thorns. It is the Tree Father's gift that none come to harm. When we speak the final prayer, the great vine will sprout forth. The grove will be cloaked in bramble and thorn. No one enters, no
definitely
one leaves.
sanctuary.
Sanctuary. None of this can happen while Outlanders infect us. Sylvanas demands that we choke them out.
Anyway, I'm just gonna leave. It would be interesting to try to kill her, but it doesn't really fit. And it would be a bigger issue.
Patience, pig.
Pig?
I thought you were Halsey.
Why?
The boar prances around, haunches clenching and unclenching impatiently.
Where's Halsey?
Oh.
Promise me a mate.
Haven't I seen a pig somewhere else? Probably not appropriate for a mate, but actually there's something fun. This one here. I think that comments on keep away from Tuffet, she's lazy enough as is, which is the one that was sleeping there and is now there. He was looking for Halcyon. Am I done in this area for now? I think so. I'll need to go down here, which I don't want to do too soon, but it should be fine. If I don't go... I don't know about time limits on this. There's an entire quest down here. When I did it in my previous playthrough, I was significantly higher level. Like, I didn't even consider it until I'd basically cleared everything else. So I don't actually know the intended level to fight that.
Yes, I see. And is that...
I don't want to talk to Zevlor. I need to talk to Zoru, and I want to hunt down Karlach. So I'll explore this section before I go to Karlach. Karlach is relevant. Oh, also the kids' parents, talking to them now instead of never talking to them ever.
You ever scare me like that again, and I'll feed you to a knoll.
They're covered in blood.
I'm fine. Stop it.
Our little Hellion told us what happened. Thank you. Don't know what we'd do without her.
She'll have to learn what to do without you. No more light-fingered antics, right?
Yeah. I mean, thank you for helping me.
Ooh, I got a free item. Dancing lights. Not dead weight, but... Wait, there's 2 people here. Can I talk to them? I can.
Whoa, hey. Can't say I've ever seen someone like you before. You some kind of elf or something?
That's actually a very good question. I actually... The ears?
They look nice, you look nice. It was just a guess. Anyway, to business. Hold out your hand.
Oh,
wanna
I know
show
who
you
this
something.
character is. I remember reading about it.
Go on. Take this ring. It's lucky. You haven't seen anything yet, lady. Go on. Take the ring and watch your fortune change.
I'll go along with it. Oh, that seems way more fun though. No, I don't have anywhere near enough bonuses, but I have 4 points of inspiration to burn on a coin trick.
Weeping, bleeding hells! Okay, maybe you don't need extra luck. But since you're already holding the thing, call it. Heads or tails.
It's
Heads
actually
it is.
apparently you can
See?
do
That's
that
the kind
type of
luck you
stuff.
get from one of my lucky rings.
Like,
I've got more where that came from. Real cheat too. Interested? You got it. One sec. That's what I got.
I mean, he actually has actual stuff. Ring of Resistance is actually totally worth reading. Can I just read it? I can't. If only I could look at them right here. Ring of being really invisible. Ring of the Lekinesis. I don't know what that is. It's probably a joke. Ring of Resistance Ants. Ring of Infinite Wishes. And then just normal food stuff and dyes. The dyes actually are kind of neat. Is it worth 50 at this stage? Probably not.
Nothing caught your eye, huh?
Time to be
Not
rude.
sure what you expected. I'm a kid living in the back of a cave.
Great writing.
Anyway, see you again sometime. Take care. Safe travels.
You spot the boy giving a sly wink as he turns away.
Stop. I was fine.
Your mother was a heartbeat away from...
Confused.
Hey, you're back. Look to buy, sell. Here's what I got.
I'm just confused. I kind of want to buy this, see what it does, but... A sun melon. I kind of want to buy one of these because they're funny. Okay, wait, let's just... Okay, 380 for 40. So that's 2 per supply. Yeah, I think everything is priced at 2 per supply. Let's buy 1 pork shoulder. Will it work? It did.
Well, what do you think? Good stuff, right?
You spot the boy giving a sly wink.
I'm just kind of confused because I got a perception check. It didn't trigger anything. I can't talk to the other kid.
Lives are at stake.
I'm not letting that ride through. I'm pretty sure there was something about him stealing stuff. Like, I don't know, whatever. I'll come back later if it's relevant. A lot of soul coins for how early it is. I didn't think I'd have this many soul coins this early.
And again.
I need to talk to them. He's gonna freak out because I'm a Githyanki.
By Mordai's eyes. Another one. My friend's blood not enough. Come to rip me open too.
Yeah, so that's
did
the
not
least
fight to aid us.
confrontational.
You simply crave the taste of blood.
It is a pretty solid plot point to include
Leave me
the
alone.
racist tieflings.
I beg you.
Because, like, tieflings being treated poorly, and then them treating other people poorly is kind of like, yeah, it's real. This, no help. Oh, I'll have to get Lae'zel. Ugh. Who would I swap for Lae'zel? I guess temporarily Shadowheart. Just let me do it with my character, don't force Lae'zel, but I guess because they don't want to make it overly variable, they want it strictly... Oh no, I need to get rid of Shadowheart. Where's Shadowheart? She's over here. But like, they want it to be doable with all characters.
Let's hope Will lives up to his name. We'll need all the help we can get. If you're sure.
I understand that each of those interactions is always just basically a "are you sure" type confirmation check, but it's still annoying.
Frontiers is truly shellac. The idealist do-gooder, the benevolent burden.
Why is she covered in blood?
His confidence is an asset. His pursuit of valor, not so much.
I think I'll join
It
me.
is done.
And then I can leave. Do I have to level her up? No, I don't. Good.
There. Done.
And then I can talk to the guy.
By Mordai's eyes. More of them.
She's still covered in blood
My
for some
friend's
reason.
blood not enough. Come to rip me open too.
In Kresh Kalir, a formal greeting begins with a bow.
I would rather do this. Good cop, bad cop.
You dare interrupt? Has the tadpole ravaged your senses?
Chucky.
I'm choosing not to be nice this time.
On the road to Baldur's Gate, near the mountain pass. Saw us for we saw it. Jammed its blade through Yul's belly, straight to the other side. And I just ran.
This interaction doesn't really make sense.
Show me.
Because the previous interaction, he wasn't even willing to talk to us for more than a minute. Well, that was very robotic.
Yes, your mediocre interrogation technique notwithstanding.
Okay, what's her attitude now?
Enough waiting. I crave blood.
Still neutral? Yeah.
Gods, deliver me.
Oh, I should talk to her. I don't want to talk. Oh, okay.
What to do?
I don't want to talk to her.
The last time a subordinate questioned my judgment, I ate tongue stew that very night. Kenyak, your tantrum proves you no wiser than a hatchling. The tiefling was clear. If there
That's
are
pretty
a
funny.
Gigante west of here, that must be our objective. Purification cannot wait.
I'll just leave. I already know what the purification is. It doesn't go well. And she's gone. She'll only be in my party when it's required. Because I don't
As you
think
say.
she would really abide by a cleric druid Githyanki when Vlaakith is the ultimate
Something the matter?
god. Except she's not a god, she's a lich.
All right. Some
Like, is dark. Oh yeah, the Dark One's blessing lasts forever. It's probably a lot better with a pure warlock too. I've only seen it with like 3 levels of warlock, which is still 8 health, which isn't bad. Who's? Oh, he's a traitor. I've never talked to him.
For those goblins. If you need to replace any gear, just ask. My selection's pretty slim. I had to leave most of my equipment in Eltera. Of sorts. Used to be a bread and butter tinsmith
Oh,
before Elturel fell into a vase.
him.
These days my talents are more eclectic. Learned a lot in my time in the Hells. Hope to forget most of it.
He's relevant for Karlach.
Between you and me,
I remember why I
there's
recognize
nothing
him.
in all the realms like the utter power of infernal machinery. Alas, my offerings are far more humble these days.
Yes, he's very relevant. Oh, I mean, a shield's not bad to pick up. Not a great shield, I probably won't buy it. Heavy armor for 15 is not exceptional. It is 2 more, but 12 AC light armor for him. 1 more.
Don't be grumpy, Roland. We'll get to the city soon. I am not.
That's not bad, but not usable. Light crossbow. Nah, no interesting enchantments. The red dye could be fun. Okay, if that's him, I'll just see if he has anything to say.
You don't look so tough. Mull fought off a hobgoblin all by herself.
Yeah, no, these kids are not worth talking to. Who's this? That's a human. Oh, it's those two. I've never talked to them. I don't know who they are. They're probably packing.
Hope the goblins aren't smart enough to...
Don't make me hurt you, boy.
He just stole from him.
Late! Looking at you is painful enough.
I mean,
How long until Roland shows off his thunder wave?
If it ain't the fearless goblin slayer, you sure you want to be seen with me? I ain't exactly popular with this lot.
I wonder why.
Aye. His name's Halsin. And if he's still alive, he'll be cursing the day he laid eyes on me. We've got a contract to track down some relic, and he wanted in on the job. Eyes lit up when he heard about it. Didn't work out, though. Goblins got him when we were turning tail. He's either digging latrines or boiling in a cookpot by now.
Oh, are these are the guys after the night song?
Job's all yours, if you got a death wish. There's a wizard in Baldur's Gate that'll pay gobloads for a relic, supposedly buried round these parts. But
Which is
gold
actually...
ain't any use if you're too cold to spend it.
It's actually a very interesting thing.
If I knew that, I wouldn't be back here with half my crew gone. But look, if you're itching to meet Kellenvor, I won't stop you. It's called the Night Song. Supposed to be hidden under the temple where the goblins jumped us. I'd give you the map and wish you a happy funeral, but my mate Brian kept hold of it like his own todger. Goblins made sure to the fat old chunk. All I've got's the contract. It'll show you where we turn back, if you feel like dying.
No wonder no one likes him.
I'll be well on my way to Baldur's Gate when you die.
No wonder no one likes you. Wow.
Yeah, right.
Give it back, kid.
I already told you I don't have it.
Loroakam.
Stupid are you?
I mean, you did just pickpocket him. I actually don't even want to deal with... You know what? My character would opt to ignore him. I think he wouldn't get involved in this because he doesn't like Barth. Mostly he doesn't like... I don't like Aridin, so I don't want to help Barth. This is not where you get lasered. I didn't enter here until all of them had left, so I actually know nothing about this area. Oh, is this site where you find Sevlor?
You're the one who helped at the gate. Glad to have another sword.
She's an actual fighter?
We might need it.
I've never seen that character before. I assume they might be dead. I don't even want to talk to him. Because it probably, talking to him, I assume, triggers the interactions, but I think in character it makes sense to talk.
I heard what happened. Thank you for protecting the child. If the druids are this far gone, then it's not just goblins we have to fear. So we can risk violence here, or face it for certain on the road. Quite the choice, isn't it? You saw what they were willing to do to a child just for trying. It's Korga's influence. Without her twisting things, I believe the druids might see sense. A low thought. But I'd be lying if I said I hadn't considered it. But the druids would slaughter us. We'd have to get close to Korga, within
He
striking
actually
distance.
is.
I can't manage that. But they've already let you pass once.
I'm not the murderer.
It doesn't sit well with me either. But to get these people to safety, there's nothing I won't do. You'd be well rewarded for the risk. But if that won't sway you, there's nothing more to discuss.
It's kind of interesting with later information about him. Like, it sort of changes my impression of the character, which I don't have all the characters' information. I just have the knowledge well, through chapter 2, and I might have missed finding him at some place in chapter 2. But my information from chapter 2, I want to get up here. I can get up here from over there. You can jump up if you have if you have 18 strength, but none of my characters have 18 strength, so that's not really an option. Yeah, I have to go here. I hate how slow this gate is. But, oh, what was it about? Yeah, Devlor. My original impression was he's a very I didn't even get to that interaction of him trying to kill
When they
Kaga.
find out the monster hunter is becoming a monster.
I've faced countless perils and conquered them all. This will be no different. Goblin tracks. And far too many of them, too.
Oh yeah, the secret door. That's just to the north of where I just was. Oh no, it's not. It's this area. Oh! Previously I came from the other direction, which I think is much safer. Okay,
These boots have seen everything. Glowing eyes are rarely a good sign. Best be careful.
The issue with this is it's a long rest cooldown for the mage hand. It's so rough. Maybe I try to shoot him from here and draw him into the laser range.
Well, at least we got the druid to keep ourselves entertained.
Okay, who has best? I think he's a relatively safe blaster.
Let's get it done.
Let's get a shot in and then back off. Oh, just kill him in one shot even. Even better. He's just dead. Okay, still targeting. Okay, that targeting is extreme. Those dots are killer this early. I think you can kind of stealth. You might be able to stealth to there or sprint to there. I'm not sure. You know what? Literally just to save time, I'm gonna see if I can sprint to there. Or, well, maybe if I stealth, if I can walk to it. I'm totally willing to save scum this if it doesn't work. Because I expect it shouldn't work, but it does. So if you're just stealthing, you can walk in front of those. I think. That's what that means. I mean, it means the moment you start fighting, it's an issue. I don't have dark vision. I actually can't see
Step carefully.
anything here.
There's a trap.
I don't know if you have to... Yeah, I don't have a disable thing. I don't have the items to I don't have disarming kits. Okay, so there's another button there that fires from here. There's 3 of these that blast you that I think you have to turn all of them off. 1, 2, I don't know where the third one is. I mean, there's the 3 here, but maybe there isn't a third one you have to worry about in this section. I need to blast these guys. If the warrior would turn around, that would be nice. I think losing the high ground a bit so that I can actually ambush might be worth it. And funneling them here might be better than funneling them there. So, Shadow Heart, walk up, freeze time, blast him, not lethal, firebolt, 75%, crossbow is probably better because I have advantage. I'm outside normal range though. Advantage. And Gale has Firebolt. Perfect roll would kill, but it didn't. Is that water? Yes, it's water. He gets nothing on his turn because he already used... Oh, he gets a free Eldritch Blast for some reason. I think the war... he's more likely to deal damage, but he's more likely to die. 17? That's not right. It must have been a crit. It was. Gross. That is way more damage. I mean, he just got 2 blasts in a row. Ooh, ooh, ooh. 7 damage. He's gonna die. Easy. And she hasn't used any spell slots. And, oh, was that plus 11 the base? And the plus 3 was, yeah. The 3 was Life Cleric. And the 11 was just a perfect roll on the heal.
No one stopped me yet. Moving in.
Oh wait, no, I need to stealth.
That's a friendly looking shadow.
Only one person. If I get blasted and everyone dies, it would be a bigger issue.
A good night's sleep would do me wonders.
The fact that you can just stealth to do that kind of brings up the question of... Oh, he's dead. No, he isn't.
His breaths are shallow, his wound...
I mean, I can just do this. How many spell slots? 2. She has fewer. Then I can save the guy. Okay. What is this pathing? Okay, because I switched characters and it didn't. There.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I thought I was gonna die down here.
I don't like this guy's face. Why didn't they gut you on sight?
Questions about a weapon. I told them the only weapons here are the ones the Foulbloods brought.
Racism.
I must tell the others what happened. I stepped careful. There are traps in these tunnels. And thank you again.
Racism. I'm never going to use that acid vial, but I'm still going to take it.
I wonder if the gods are watching me.
Okay. What I do know, if anyone can jump across this, separate characters.
Softer than a whisper, just out of view.
Okay. I am currently stealthed. I shouldn't die here.
Here goes nothing.
Come on. There. I should be fine now to pick up the human's corpse, take the key. That, if I understand correctly, should be the key to the chest. Up here. Here. I don't know if the key will prevent the trap from triggering though. And because that's a game... Not really a gamified thing, but it's to me, if a trap triggers when you unlock it with the intended key, that doesn't make sense from a real world, any sort of logical perspective. So I am going to save scum if it explodes and kills me. It's also surrounded by explosive barrels. Okay, it isn't... If it blows up when I open it, I would complain. But it didn't blow up when I opened it. I respect that. Okay. Then let's go the rest of the way over this way. I shouldn't get blown up because all the traps are disabled. Smoke powder bomb. Nature's snare. I think it rolls on spellcasts, but I've never seen it proc on a spellcast. We'll give it to him because he's the most likely to use it, but
All's well that ends.
I don't
Not as bad as it could have.
think it's hard to judge if it procs on spellcast. Okay, so yeah, I entered this from this side in the past, which is actually a harder fight, but oh, it's here. I remember. I should just do this. I can't though. And also there's some zone that's saying I didn't fully explore. Here. There's a door there. It's just water, right? Yeah, water barrel. What is this pathing? They go up here to go there so they don't walk through the mud. So it's faster to go that way. Through the door. Where am I? Ah. I'm pretty sure. Oh, this is behind there. I shouldn't be here, but that explains where I am. So you can sneak into here through this outer passage. And then I assume there was a lever that I just didn't check for that would let you unlock the stone wall that can't be locked picked because it's a stone wall that opens via magic. Okay, I'm almost there. Stone door. It's kind of a weird
What did you mean before, Gale?
thing to have set up.
For eyes, you said.
Merely that if the eyes are the mirror to the soul, yours have dark curtains across the mirror. No offense taken.
Necessarily. I haven't made up my mind about you yet.
Okay, so Karlach is next. Okay, time limits in this game are unknown to me. I'm under the impression most of them are based on long rests. So if I like clear this entire area without a long rest, I'd miss out on events. But I wouldn't miss any time limited stuff. The Githyanki Creche, at least apparently in early access, was time limited. It's fairly... you can rest at least 4 or 5 times though. I don't know if... this might be somewhat time limited. I went there at like level 4 or 5, I think, and I got beat up pretty bad. Yeah, it must have been at least level 5, because I think I had Eldritch Blast with 2 beams, which is level 5. It doubles. So going there at level 3, I think, would be a little bit too difficult. But I think going there at level... oh, this is an important interaction. But going there soon is important.
Something's wrong.
Oh, I will have illithid powers.
You're a true soul. You can't die. Please.
I'm also going to kill these two, but as a very
I don't think he's
preemptive
conscious.
info, but...
Can you hear us, Ed?
You, not a step closer.
The mark glows, but you feel nothing in response. Your illithid power is beyond reach
Until you rest. That's interesting. Because I haven't rested once, so I don't have the power in the first place. Whereas if you rest once before this, you can assert control over basically the underlings.
An oil bear. Please, do you have any...
Shut up, Andric. Do you serve the Absolute?
Wait.
And this is going to be the
The injured
illithid.
man locks eyes with you. A familiar squirming churns in your head. Your minds intertwine. You see his siblings, Andric and Brenna, new recruits. Yours to shepherd.
Protect them.
No.
She is a true soul. Mind her. She will
Maybe I won't kill them right away.
Edwin! Ed! Please!
He's with the Absolute now.
Which is not a good idea.
A true soul. Edwin, our brother, he was chosen. Like you. Do you have orders for us? We were reporting to Edwin.
Let's go. What would be the most interesting? I mean, this would prompt them maybe to try to kill me, and that would give me a good excuse to kill them. I think explain this absolute would be knowledge seeking.
What? Are you testing us? The Absolute is our goddess. She's going to rip down the old world order, start a new one. Then we'll be the ones with the power.
And fix your bald patch.
You will first.
It's not a patch, though.
You don't need me to explain that.
A true soul, like you, has been chosen by the Absolute. You speak with her voice, and when the time comes, the true souls, you will rule.
That fellow was infected like us. Is this the mark of a true soul?
What would fit? I think this would fit.
I'm sorry, true soul.
Sort of. It's a little mean.
I repeated what I thought I knew. It seems the Absolute still has a great deal to teach me.
Why are you out here?
We know that all too well, man, but the Absolute sent us here.
We're looking for fugitives, survivors from that ship that crashed farther west of here.
This is the justification for killing them.
We don't know what they look like, but anyone who survived that crash is bound to be injured. That's enough to get us started. The Absolute wants them found. At any cost.
I mean, that's almost enough reason to kill them.
Wait! Wait! Please, don't leave us. What should we do now?
Whatever. I have to do one of these. I'm not gonna let that. I mean, seeing them die to the owlbear would be fun, but I don't want to do that. Because I think if you're there, you have to be there for them to go and fight the owlbear, but then if you're there, you fight the owlbear. You could flee, but then you maybe have to fight it more, and I don't want to. I think this is I have no idea what this is. I'll see what it does.
You!
Perfect.
Brenna! Kill her!
Perfect reason to kill them. Great justification. I mean, he'll deal more damage, but he has higher defense? Sure. Ooh, 1 damage. Good roll.
Never a dull moment.
75 on him is probably better. Oh, these damage rolls are bad. She's gonna go in front, because she's, I think, slightly tankier. Well, actually, she's about as tanky as me. And I should have equipped a melee weapon. Whoops. I could melee attack. I could Sacred Flame him again. These damage rolls. 3 1s in a row.
Battle favors the fearless.
Come on. Don't roll a 1. Okay, that's a 4. Which is still below average, but not the worst. And you move up, because you actually... Pact of the Blade would hit harder for now. So I should have actually swung the weapon instead of Eldritch Blasting. What kind of lunatic runs into people and chucks acid at their own feet? Like, what the... 60%, I can use anyone's turn. Yeah, almost killed.
Can't give up.
I could just hit here. 75%. Get it closer to Gale is kind of bad. Just kill this person. Just do that.
It's easy these days.
Please. Let's be safe here. No, actually it's just better to use... I did this because if I don't have it in my inventory, apparently... No, I do. You can drink items from other people's inventory. Oh, shoot. Because drinking is a full action. What is it? If you can, like... drop an item on the floor. Okay, let's just split one of them. You can, like... drop an item on the floor. And then hit it. I don't know why you moved. I know why you didn't swing, but... And then the AoE of that is bigger than if you throw it, apparently. I mean, this is the epitome of low-level combat. You can sometimes just get unlucky, and it goes poorly. Not that it went that poorly, but like, it did not go smooth. Excuse me. 50. This is also 50. I mean, it's actually less come close, but... Will this... I mean, it's gonna be the same hit, right? Goodness. You're gonna go shield over here. He... Like, yeah. I'm getting ruined by RNG. He's getting decent rolls, and my rolls have been not good. Except for Gale. Gale is doing great. I need to wait for that to clear up.
The pride of the gate.
A lot on my mind.
Stand here.
Well, in it.
Okay.
Wits and blades.
You're gonna use one more heal.
Take your...
I mean, I probably should just... Nope. I want all the loot on one character. It's much easier to deal with. Just chainmail. It's heavy armor. She can heavy armor.
Whatever it takes.
Which, like, disadvantage on stealth, but it's not the end of the world. And yeah, 'cause I dumped her dex, so now she has much better AC.
Got a long road ahead.
I don't think the acid doesn't naturally clear.
Time to press ahead.
Interacting with Edwin is important, because that's what triggers... I think it's the first place that suggests you to eat the worm.
Strange power resonates within the corpse. It calls to you.
This character is going to consume worms.
Your limbs move of their own accord. There's something of value, something your mind craves. Why let its host's memories go to waste?
Because it's information.
The tadpole has absorbed it all. Its experience could nourish you, strengthen you.
I'm gonna wisdom resist and then consume it anyway, if I can resist it. I mean, I don't care about crit ones. The fact that it being a 1 doesn't matter, it would have failed anyway. But that's a scenario where if I would have succeeded, I would absolutely reload.
Your muscles loosen. The tadpole breaks free of its deceased host.
Gross.
Your mind is your own again. For now.
I can't remember. Like, I think I would still do it, but I'm gonna do it. My character's gonna do it of their own will, instead of while under the influence. Those pauses are weird. I didn't get it. I thought you got a specimen here. Oh well, didn't get the specimen because I succeeded the wisdom throw, but I think this is the first place. This is a suggestion, so.
The parasite is stubborn. It refuses both to leave or to allow itself to be used as you desire.
So we can't do that yet. You can't do it until you're told to do it. Also, I'm not going to see the dream visitor until I actually sleep, and I still haven't slept. Which is also why my skills are still bad, because I'm not able to get the wisdom and intelligence, but I don't know why I took those.
You should consider a new name. I take it you have some suggestions?
What's the joke here?
Wizard Wonder. Or how about the Master of the Week?
Out there, tracks. Its nest must be nearby.
Excuse me. Can't mute quickly enough. Well, I can't mute quickly enough when it refuses to mute when you push the button required.
That stench. Dead owlbear prey, no doubt.
I know there's stuff there. I know there's stuff I can do. I want to... You can be stealthy here and whatever. I want to just talk to the owlbear. Because previous time I didn't have speak with animals when I met them, so I want to see what they say. I know. It's not a mandatory fight.
You feel the quake of its heavy footsteps before you see it. An owlbear.
It's a really cool monster.
Looming out of the darkness.
What's this? Something weak, something tender. Won't even have to chew you before I feed you to my son. Soft meat.
I think this is a fun line.
It's a splinter. I've gutted bigger threats than you.
I don't see a spear. $10. And the meaningless crit success.
You're small, weak. Killing you would be a waste of time. You can go, but you make one wrong step and I'll rip you to shreds.
I assume that means I can't... Okay, I'm gonna save scum. The only reason I'm gonna behave this way is because it's a video game. If they let me loot all this stuff, then I will. But the moment it's like, oh, this starts a fight because you're looting stuff, is the moment I'm like, okay, I'll just reload that and not loot the stuff. Jump. Okay, yep. They just want me to leave, which is respectable, but it's a video game side that makes me like, maybe I can explore it. Which is more like pushing the intended thing and taking advantage of the gamification, but I have to go back there, but I can go back there from over here, and they probably can't see me when I'm down here. This is a weird area, because like this is an area you can go to, but it doesn't look like it at first blush. I don't know why at first blush is a saying.
Looks like a shrine to Seluna over there.
Arcana check? Oh, come on. I know the Arcana is related to this. Rough. Hopefully it doesn't ruin me. I'm walking here. Stop failing the perception checks, please.
That might be worth a look.
Prayer to Seluna.
Just an old prayer.
Okay, I have to give it to someone else so that they can check it.
I wonder what the Selunite prayer. How useful.
An ancient prayer. Wonder if Seluna was listening. An old prayer.
I'll see if they let me use it. How it needs to be used. Oh wait, I want to read that. The Genesis, guess just a. I wonder if they'll let me use it for the intended use. Like, will it still work? It does, for some reason. So that's like metagame. That you wouldn't have any reason to suspect that. Well, you would have to suspect the chest, but the solution is hard to guess.
You should leave it, or even destroy it if possible.
I like the long-term prospects.
This rubbish is an offering to Selûne. At best, it's worthless. At worst, who knows? Could be cursed. Do not trifle with that moon witch or her trinkets. Only trouble will follow.
The interesting thing here is the element of the story. Like, it's her, it's well fleshed out why she behaves this way. Like, they justify her behavior in very effectively, I think.
Fine. Perhaps you can sell them for a couple of coins.
I think the chest itself sells for a few coins too.
It hurts.
Tome describes ancient initiation rites. This is important. This tome describes the ancient initiation rites observed by some who worshipped the moon goddess Selûne. Selûne? I don't care. When a youngster comes of age, they would be left to fend for themselves, deep in the wilds. There, they would show their skills of navigation and self-reliance, as well as their determination to return to the Moon Maiden's silvery glow. Once they found their way to their people, their faith and standing as a follower of Selûne would be beyond any doubt. That is relevant. Ha. Not great, but situational. This sells for like decent money, yeah. I don't actually want to lower her attitude this early. Her attitude is moving towards positive, so that's fine. Even the minus from that, what I just did, isn't an issue.
How much farther can I go?
I just put it there because long term it's relevant, and I think it's fitting. I should save again. Because it's important. What level 2 spells do I have? I don't have level... Because the spell casting in Baldur's Gate 3 is a mess. Not a mess, but it's not normal.
You're so gentle. That's not how I was taught.
Cruel words strengthen neither heads nor hearts, Shadow.
I wouldn't quite say that. I learned a lesson after all.
And came to resent your tutor, I bet. I taught them to fight, not to hate.
Clear message. Relevant. Well positioned. I think I go across here for now. No, not there. I want to go up here. This is where I want to go. Unlock Karlach. Maybe replace Shadow Throne for a bit. Maybe Shadow Throne. Not Shadow Throne. Shadow Throne's from a book series. Shadowheart. Replace Shadowheart with Karlach. Because Karlach and Will could be fun. And honestly, Karlach is kind of fun to have when adventuring. Because she's very positive. Maybe a little too positive. Like, it's a little bit too, I don't know, chipper. But it's well-meaning. Well-intentioned. It's just kind of... Her little interjections are not negative, which is nice.
You seemed quite forward with your confidence earlier. We'd only just met.
Talking to Gale? Yep.
I say. More now than ever.
Careful you don't pull a muscle in your haste.
Yeah. I'm kind of glad they comment on Gale being so forward. Because he is very forward. These are all one camp supply. That's not bad. Oh yeah, this. The dog. Not much of a stash. Like,
So Will,
they just keep talking.
his toughest kill.
Ah, it was a great scrap. A hungry minotaur with a hankering for human flesh.
Okay, I have to sit here for a second.
An axe-bearing mountain
in a fur she was. Gave me a nasty scar.
Okay,
I hope you
done
don't
talking?
mind if I don't ask to see it.
Done talking, good. Now I can talk to the dog. Oh, it's gonna be so much sadder than being able to hear what he's saying.
Keep moving, stranger. Quietly. I told you to go.
I'd rather go persuasion. Ooh. He's hard to persuade for a dog. DC 15 to persuade a dog that I'm not an enemy.
There's death in your scent, but not in your words. Still, you should go. My friend is injured.
Oh,
He needs rest.
it's so sad. Hey, that's a. I bet that's every cleric, but it does say cleric of Ogma, not just cleric.
It's not over yet. He'll wake up. Of course he will. And then we'll return home. We were attacked. With cackling, furry things on two legs.
Goblins.
And their smell, it was strange, rotten, evil.
You know the creatures he describes.
Oh, gnolls.
Gnolls.
Even more threatening.
He calls me Scratch. You can do the same. No, I won't leave him. If it comes to that, I may.
All of them like dogs.
Thank you.
I'm not going to loot him. I don't think he has anything valuable, and it seems disrespectful to the dog, so... actually, can I see Karlak from here? I can see where she is. I just can't see her. She's right there. Time to make my way to Karlak. I have to go all the way around a bit, I think. Oh. I probably can't do Karlak's quest right away, because that was hard even at the level I was at, which was more than this.
Not a chance I'll fit in there.
Okay, disguise self as a masculine halfling. What do I look like? I kind of hate it. I actually really hate how they walked with the lyre popping randomly. Oh, cool. Useless, but cool.
So, Will with a Y. Why?
Why? Well, that's right.
But why?
Why? A great uncle's name, my father said. But I just figured he couldn't spell.
I enjoy the little snippets of conversation. It does, some of them do help, like, shade in the characters a little. Like the one about training, like Will and Shadowheart talking about training. Or teaching more than training, but again, you really should refill your stash if you want it to be useful.
Dead goblins. Dead travelers.
Were they heading to the druids' grove?
Okay. Ooh. Drawn in thick charcoal lines upon an animal skin, this childlike portrait depicts 3 stick figures, a goblin with sparks in its hands, a square humanoid figure, and what seems to be an elf. Each of them is wearing a simple crown. Those are the 3 leaders in the goblin camp. Spoilers. Not that it's really spoiling anything. I send all this stuff to camp. I'm never going to sell it because the interface is really bad. Like, oh, nice. Having disarmed toolkits is valuable. Like, it's really not well set up. Like, the, especially when you compare it to Pathfinder, like there's the Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. It doesn't have maybe it may not have the best interface, but you can actually search your stash interface, and it's not like a 4x3 scrolling through it interface that is unsearchable. So I wish this game had an interface like that for that. Like storage, because then it would actually be so much more usable. Instead, it just becomes like, here's stuff that I think I might want, maybe. So I send it to the camp, but then I never actually pull it out as regularly as I should because it's a pain. That's a lot of potatoes total. I'm gonna go clear this section. Oh, I should go under there. That's a landing point. I think this was the landing point for Astarion. Ah, yes, there's a perception check right here. Ish. I thought. Maybe it's over here. Maybe it doesn't show up until you sleep a bit. I don't know. I got the perception check walking from here right into here. Maybe it doesn't trigger until Astarion, until you rest a bit. Anyway, it's
Let's have a look.
an animal that has had its blood sucked out. Okay, so now I need to go up here somehow. Right there. Where I just was. I have to go up this. But I have to jump. I don't know if I'll be able to. I think I can. And I'm not small enough to be thrown. If you're small enough and your allies are strong enough, they can throw you up these sorts of spaces. You take damage, but it still works. Oh, I'm about to meet... what's his name? I don't know if it's time-based or... it might be time-based. I don't know if it's time-based or not, but up here is where I first met the devil. What's his name? I wonder if he triggers there. If it's a it can't be a location-based trigger. It has to be time-based, right?
Wish I had a bag of holding.
And like, it shouldn't proc... it shouldn't trigger because I haven't rested once. So no time has passed. But right here. Yeah. Oh, it is this location. Cool. There's probably other locations that trigger it.
What manner of place is this? A path to redemption? Or a road to damnation? Hard to say, for your journey is just beginning.
What would suit the occasion? The words to a lullaby, perhaps.
The mouse smiled brightly. It outfoxed the cat. Then down came the claw. And that, love, was that. They do know how to write them in Cormier, don't they? Well met, I am Raphael. Very much at your service.
Am I talking to the mouse or the cat?
Neither. The fox, rather. Hiding, in a word. A silent observer, about to break the silence. Of course, what I have to say merits some privacy, as well as some more, let's call it, refinement. This quaint little scene is decidedly too middle of nowhere for my tastes. Come.
No trust.
There, middle of somewhere.
Can you be more specific than somewhere?
The House of Hope, where the tired come to rest and the famished come to feed lavishly. Go on, partake, enjoy your supper. After all, it might just be your last.
What makes you say that? I'm gonna try to do games. Are these the what makes you say that?
Call it a ninth sense. What's better than a devil you don't know? A devil you do. Am I a friend? Potentially. An adversary? Conceivably. But a savior? That's for certain.
I don't care what you are. I care what you want.
Oh, a mere trifle. How dear is one's soul, really? A rhetorical question, of course, but let me venture an answer. It's worth very little with a tadpole in your head. One skull, 2 tenants, and no solution in sight. I could fix it all like that.
You're mad if you think I'll make a deal with a devil.
And what is madness but a denial of reality? Still, I have a feeling you'll change your mind before it's changed for you. Try to cure yourself. Shop around. Beg, borrow, and steal. Exhaust every possibility until none are left. And when hope has been whittled down to the very marrow of despair, that's when you'll come knocking on my door. Hope. Such a tease.
He's a somewhat interesting character. He's not my favorite pseudo-villain adjacent, but... I mean, he's a villain, but he's not really... I don't think he frequently actively attacks you, so... I'll have the last laugh in the end.
I've always wondered what a laughing mind flayer sounds like. All those pretty little symptoms, sundering skin, dissolving guts, they haven't manifested yet, have they? One might say you're a paragon of luck. I'll be there when it runs out.
Okay, that's the end of that interaction. Don't know. Like, it's such a weird place for it to trigger. Because it's definitely not time-based. Because the amount of time it took for me to get here is definitely different than my previous run. It's just... And you could conceivably miss going here. Like, I mean, if you're exploring everywhere, you won't. But even if you miss the cache down here because you don't get the perception check.
The back of the crevice lies a bag enfolded in the chitinous squabbling of spiders. A shiny gold coin pokes from its mouth.
Nature to survey the spiders. I should have... Actually, it's an intelligence check. Okay. So that is all the proficiency I would have. Oh, okay, I got perfect luck on that. That was very lucky. I have no idea what this is going to do.
The creatures clutch the pouch possessively. You have no doubt. A spider egg is nestled within.
Let's soothe the
Your
spiders.
voice draws their attention. They are suspicious. then curious, and finally, at peace. One by one, the spiders retreat to the rear of the crevice, lulled by your malice.
I mean, do I have any reason
You
to
stash
steal
the
it?
bag. Something clinks among the coins.
It's a modicum of money. Is there any purpose to the spider egg sack? I don't think, like... I'm actually gonna check. It might be relevant to some lolth type stuff, but... like it maybe... wait. It weighs 6 pounds. That is so heavy. So I'm checking. Oh, it just summons 5 friendly spiders. Is that all it... is that the only purpose for it? Spider egg sac, what do you do with it? Five crag spiders. It just kind of exists. I'm just gonna keep it for collection's sake. That's a good one to have. I'm gonna give it to him.
This necklace's sigil was also in the cave. The Harpers have been unusually active here.
I can't remember what that's relevant to. Actually, did I get the cash? Because normally caches are like a chance to view. That's not the cache there. But, I mean, the quest that triggered... it wasn't really a quest, but the noted location is gone. So, Druid's Grove. I want to investigate her, which it needs me to go to the swamp. I don't know if it's timed. I should probably do it soon. Night Song is relevant, but not actually relevant anytime soon. That's only relevant in the second chapter. And then this is each of the characters. I'm gonna have to feed him. I'm not gonna let him bite me, honestly, because I'm not gonna use him as a unit. Told us Githyanki near a mountain path. Hunt down Karlak. That's important because it is relevant. So, I still need to explore down here. And then I'm gonna have to go to the south here, but I need to get through this village. I'm also gonna make sure that I kill those guys instead of agree to them to use the horn, because that might be interesting to actually use the horn this playthrough, though. And then if they die, they die. Because my previous playthrough, I got the horn, didn't use it even once. I think maybe it would be interesting to use it when fighting people. Oh, I wanted to check. Not even halfway to the next level. Which I think will be kind of rough to go to the south at level 3.
Baldur's Gate is a long one. Who knows how long it'll take these folk afoot.
If they make it. They're slow, vulnerable. Half or more will die long before Basilisk Gate.
Doesn't seem to trouble you a jot.
What good would it do for me to be troubled? We can't save them all.
I'm just gonna go explore this section. Get all this stuff along here done first. Then I might try to... you don't have to sneak your way into this town. This town you can talk your way into. I don't really want to. I want to see if I can sneak around it. Oh, I have to save the guy in the windmill, though. He's actually plot relevant.
Cursed to put my hands on everything.
An empty moon flare vessel. If
Oh
its
wait, I
occupant
actually need this.
survived, then nowhere to be seen.
because if I give him a shield, he just gets 2 AC for free. Why does he have more AC than I do? 10 plus 3. 13 plus 2. Oh, because he has 13 plus 3. Bringing him to 16 from that, whereas I have 15 plus 13 plus 2. Yeah, mage armor.
Still breathing.
That's why he has better AC than me. Because he has better dex bonus alongside mage armor. So, I mean, I should give this to someone. Let's give it to him. I don't think he has Tasha's Hideous Laughter. He can learn it. I mean, having him learn all these would be useful. That's less useful than Speak with the Dead. I have 4 inspiration that I need to consume before I gain more. Oh, Burning Hands. They are walking, right?
Still alive?
No, they're not.
That's progress.
Don't know why that's where they were walking. Walk here. I'm definitely not going to be able to fight my way through the goblin village from the front. I'm going to kill them all eventually, because frankly, in this... Oh.
Never a dull moment.
Oh, the random entangled vines that they chose to walk through, so I wasted time instead of walking a foot to the side and not being entangled. Okay. Into the first village. Village, fairly big. Like this sort of scale. There's actually something interesting you can do, where Eldritch Blast, for some reason, gains range if you have a height advantage, despite Eldritch Blast being like a straight line beam that really shouldn't be affected by gravity. It is somehow affected by gravity.
Open up.
And so you can
Goblins ahead.
shoot from
Looks
further.
like they're laying an ambush.
Just a melon. I could go here, and then I think I can talk to them right away, and they won't just kill me. But I actually think if they're laying an ambush, the most appropriate setup would be sneaking. Or walking this way, for some reason. Alright, are you there? Show yourselves.
You spotted us. Good. It's like they say. No fun in skewing a pig what doesn't know he's cooked.
I'll go with that.
We got you surrounded.
Yeah, and you're only just goblins.
Here's how this goes. You take one step further, and we'll fill your front with arrows. Or you turn around, and your backside gets the same treatment.
You clearly don't have me surrounded if you only shoot the front.
Feel nothing in response. Your illithid power is beyond reach until you rest.
And persuasion? Why, what gives the situational persuasion advantage here? Like, what gave me advantage on this? I'm gonna inspiration because I have a bunch to spare. I could also just roll high enough to get it on... Was that a 7 to begin with? 3, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I rolled a 7. I succeeded on a 15 at level 3.
Ugh. Suppose it's best to save our strength for a real threat.
I'm gonna kill you later.
Go on then. Just keep your nose clean.
You should probably clean your nose. You're very nasally speaking. Anyway, they're just gonna let me walk. I think I want to kill them because supposedly there's an intelligent thing that I don't think you can get without killing them.
Should mind my step.
Unless it's on the corpse in the ground. You know, I'm not just gonna kill them. Do I just loot all this stuff? Sure. I need to go down here. That's important. What? It's locked? Let's just not unlock it. Let's deal with that later. Okay, I could probably try to persuade them. Or fight them. Oh, this guy! Oh, this guy was a lot. So, in my previous playthrough, I didn't kill him. I did passive, non-lethal. And then he shows up again later in the game. Which is pretty interesting. I don't know how long I can ignore him, so I might... Oh. Classic. It's a funny-ish scene. I think I might try to avoid killing them and just persuade them. And then accept the fight if it happens.
Look what we got here! Another little birdie wanting to fly! Stop this thing!
He's actually relevant later. Potentially.
Flap those wings some more, and I'll feed you a worm. And you. Hope you got a stomach for rights. What's it bloody look like? We're teaching this here
Their thumbs are huge.
to fly.
Oh, their fingers are huge.
Cause it makes me laugh.
This also might go poorly because I haven't rested and I'm only level 3, so fighting directly.
You want this little cave lurking, what's it? Find your own. He's ours!
The mark glows, but you feel
Again.
nothing in response. Your illithid power is beyond reach until you rest.
I really want to... I never used Detect Thoughts. I'm gonna go Persuasion instead of Intimidation. Because my character is very persuasive. See? Persuade everyone. It's kind of boring. But...
I reckon we could do better than this run, eh? We're leaving. What about the gnome? Ain't we supposed to bring him to... I said we're leaving! There's plenty of sport and rich pickings out there for us.
Nice.
Right, fresh meats. Scared meats. Yes.
It's kind of interesting to do it differently. The warg is level 2 and it's 26 HP. There's stuff down there, but I'm here to stop the spinning.
Shadowheart's attention is fixed on a damaged old statue.
I didn't get a cutscene here, I thought. That's Shar, I think. I'm assuming it's Shar, not Selune. Selune?
We should keep moving.
There should be a religion check.
Nothing. The trick of the light. I do. Let's just move along. Time's a rare currency for both of us.
Anyway, I think it's a... I mean, it's either Selune or Shar. My assumption is Shar. But... What would... Oh, release break, meaning stop the break. Of course, he should still be... It shouldn't be guaranteed that he's... This doesn't make sense.
Go check it out.
I had the same cutscene after I murdered most of them as well.
Come on, untie me.
Okay, that's not... That doesn't function how it... Like, this entire scene isn't set up correctly. It triggers... Because, like, they're not here anymore. The previous one, he was unconscious. This entire setup is not correct.
Cut me loose.
Is it Iron Hand gnomes? That are later. It's relevant later with him.
Magakabara. There's pustulant thugs. Well, get on with it. Whatever you are. You saved me, now you'll extort me. That's how this works, yes?
It's a pretty valid statement.
My own fault, really. I should have dropped my pack and outrun those bastards. Alas. Take my pack, if you can find it. The only reason those goblins caught me was its weight. I'll travel lightly from now on.
I think Barkus is fairly obnoxious until like most of the way through the second chapter, after which he's very sympathetic, I think. He's really annoying early though. And when we meet him again multiple times, he's just kind of obnoxious.
Ignorance is alive and well, it seems. Deep gnomes aren't restricted to the Underdark, you know. I've lived in Baldur's Gate for years. I'm in search of a friend. I fear he's in trouble. See this? I gave it to him years ago before I left home. I found it around the neck of a thug in the lower city. It was speckled with blood. My friend, nowhere to be found. But I still have hope. I have reason to believe he's in the Underdark. Hopefully, I'll pick up his trail from there. I always help my friends. On that note, I bid thee farewell. If we should meet again, well, we will have met again.
He's kind of fun. Like, he's not a great guy, but he's at least interesting. And later, you really kind of, after a certain point, began to kind of feel sorry for him. For reasons other than him getting caught and all that. Like, I think they do a good job later of portraying his relationship with said friend, because it's not quite as straightforward as it could be. What do I want to do? I'll ignore them. I won't go there. I won't interact with them yet. If I'm gonna kill these guys, I would definitely kill him before waking him up. Strange riders. The date of it. Well, great age. My fellow citizens, for fellow citizens we are, like it or not. I print and post multiple copies of this notice in the region at no small expense to myself, because I feel growing concern and alarm at the presence of strange riders in these parts of late. Many of you will have seen them, tramping through our forests and towns under the guise of patrol. They claim they are guardians sent from Elturel to protect the borders of the great and holy nation of Eltgard. Don't be fooled by shining armor or handsome mounts. I never bent the knee to any Eltgard, and I never asked any metal jester to come peering over my garden fence. As you all know, I'm descended direct from the original Selûnite settlers along these banks, and I have a half-elven great-uncle who'll swear to it. We're peaceable folk, and we get on with the druids well enough, but I pay no fealty or tax to any far-off city I can't even find on a map. I took no small pleasure in telling these thugs just that, and I urge you to do the same. They call themselves Hell Riders. I call them interlopers, and they can bugger off to the hells, them and their city both. Damon. With great concern and serious intent, Damon Briska, proud and free citizen of the Heartlands. I think there's... Damon was the name of one of the two dudes, wasn't it? Maybe not, because that seems like he wouldn't be as young as the character, but...
Not to my taste, certainly.
Her complaining about everything Selûnite. The old key, that's a drop down that you can take, but I won't. I'll get there without dropping. Thank you very much. But what I will do, because I'm here, is have Gale not stand on the web. Don't stand on the web. And I'll fireball it. Which is useful.
Let's get going.
Like, those sorts of fireballable things are valuable. Just a random wooden crate that was buried and dug up. 12 gold, nice. Okay. I don't know how this fight I don't think the fight triggers other people. If I end up fighting them. Will it trigger any checks? Come on. Get closer. Okay. Open door.
What the hell are you doing?
There's bookshops in Baldur's Gate that'd pay well for this kind of smut. Pretty decent sentence. I kind of hope he takes offense and I fail the persuasion, but I didn't. Actually, it'd be even funnier if the persuasion check succeeds and then he still attacks me, because that's kind of uncalled for.
Tell of my writing.
Oh, gross.
My virility.
Gross.
Don't want this puny rotting written down.
Correct call. Oh, are they gonna... Is he gonna die? Is she gonna kill him? Do it!
Enough! Oh, moment ruined. Passion squished like slow goats underfoot. Oh, we leave.
I kind of want to kill them, because then I can get experience, but I'd probably be able to kill them, but it would be rough. Roll of shatter. Money. Like, I don't know. I don't know how experience is balanced around killing versus not killing. Because I don't think I got... Yeah, I didn't get experience for convincing them. Like, despite that sort of being an encounter, whereas if I'd killed them, I would have gotten, I think, a few hundred. Maybe 100 or 1 or 200. Like, I would have gotten experience if I'd killed them. Whereas, like, yes, it's easier to persuade them and then, oh, you get the same experience for that. But I really think you should get better like, you should still get experience based on, hey, it was an encounter. So you should still get something from it. This is fun.
A feast fit for an ogre. You notice a peculiar dagger protruding from the tough, leathery meat.
+4 sleight of hand, pretty good. I did not succeed on this. I think it's just a +1 dagger, but that's my assumption. I didn't even bother to save scum it, because it didn't matter.
A cautious method pays off. The dagger glides smoothly out of the mystery meat.
I hope it's a special dagger, not just a +1 dagger. And I can actually take the meat?
Mystery meat.
Maybe not?
Tough as boar hide.
Oh, lame.
Only the sharpest teeth could pierce it.
Darn. It's just a common or an uncommon +1 dagger. That's kind of boring. Well, actually, could she use it? Would it be better than her current weapon? I mean, 4 to 7 is... the average damage would be 5.5 versus 5.5. I think it's the same average, which makes sense. 4 to 7, 3 to 8, same average. Lower lows, higher highs. Lower lows, lower highs versus lower low, higher high versus more consistent. And it's finesse. It might be better to use the +1 dagger, because if it's finesse, that means that it... Actually, no, that... I think finesse applies to the attack itself. So it should hit more frequently, which would in turn mean better average damage. Because if it's hitting more and the average damage is the same, then it's just better average damage.
Fighted to dine with a devil. Don't let his bluster fool you. All that talk of desperation
Pretty accurate, I
merely
think.
illustrates his own. I think he wants something from us.
Yes.
Badly. And in that knowledge lies our opportunity.
Conjecture. You always throw the short
There's no such
straw.
thing as an absolute certainty. Let me play the devil's advocate. The man is too eager. Do not dismiss his offer out of hand. If there's one quality all the denizens of the hells embody, it's ambition. Quality they share with many humans, come to think of it.
What are Raphael's ambitions?
I'm the foggiest. But, based on the evidence before us, we can make certain deductions as to why he sought out our merry band. Fact 1, there's something very strange and very powerful about our tadpoles. Fact 2, a devil offers to take it away. Devils aren't known to aid mortals out of simple kindness. Whatever Raphael wants, we must be the key to getting it, along with our tadpoles. So, we say for now, we wait. If I'm right, Raphael will seek us out again, and when he does...
He's not wrong.
There's a mighty bargain to be made. Remember his Cormyrean rhyme? Down came the claw. Perhaps we should start growing our nails.
Path lies before me.
I'm probably gonna go slaughter this village eventually of goblins because I feel like I can only avoid. Oh, this might be. No, this is the Knoll area, which gets me to Karlach, which is what I'm actually looking for right now. But I'm gonna kill the goblin village because I don't want to lose out on that much combat-based experience. Like the amount of stuff that you can't. Like just the fact that you don't get experience at all is just kind of sad. And honestly, the goblins are not nice. Well, I just talked to you. Oh, he's probably hungry, isn't he?
Ah, glad you've a moment for me. My,
No actual time has
predicament
passed. So I wonder what
become
judges
rather
it with.
urgent. I need a magical artifact to consume. Right now. We've already found enough magic to soothe its disquiet. If you'll just give me what I need.
Give a magic artifact. I think though this is the one I'm most likely to give him. I mean, this is pretty bad, but it's kind of cute because we got it from the kid. So I'd rather save the
Thank you.
more interesting stuff. That like flavor-wise, like the kid gave us it. Why would I let him eat it?
That hit the spot. I can feel it work. The magic, it's like a lullaby that sings to sleep the demon inside. A metaphorical demon, I haste to point out, but no less dangerous. And no less bound to wake up again to continue its ravages. Such is the nature of all monsters.
What is... now you'll tell me... I want to get information about what this thing is. I think this might be the best one.
Grateful as I am, the course of our camaraderie is much better served by not taking that particular detour.
Doubt it.
Not just
but-
yet. Sincerely, though. I understand I ask a lot from you with few answers in return. But in time, all will be told.
Which is true. Whatever.
My lady, I bow to your boundless kindness.
Okay, at least it didn't. That answer didn't improve his opinion. I don't need more opinion improvement. Okay, I need to kill these guys. The hyenas turn into gnolls. Spoilers. They're harder to fight if they're gnolls. You know what? Let's just trigger this. Ooh, shoot. Yeah, I'll trigger it early. After armoring himself. And can I hex? I could hex. No, I can't. You can't recast until you kill the hexed target. That would be dangerous to do right now. They're level 20. I don't want to trigger the stuff further up here. This section, because I don't know if they die. I just want to go straight to the east. Anyone that I could kill. I could fight the goblins. I could go murder a goblin really quick. Let's accept inefficiency.
That'll have to do.
Something tore right through these people. They didn't stand a chance.
Pause. I hope they let me get my attacks off before they magically transform. Nice. I do like that his corpse didn't even fall.
Nice.
I'm gonna kill them before they can oh, maybe I get less experience though? It might actually be in my best interest to let them transform. Because actually, maybe I can even talk to them. I mean, I definitely can't, but I want them to transform on the off chance it gives better experience. But I actually don't want to do that too much, so I'm gonna have him... I missed. That's... The hitboxes are weird. Like, oh, this isn't him. Bloated. Let me read it, please. A gnoll is growing in the hyena's belly. So, they're 3 levels higher. They're still squishy. I'm entirely interested in whether or not this gives more than 20 experience now. That's what I'm most curious about. This is my character. I can Vicious Mockery. I'm probably going to try to use a real spell. 24 hit points. I could get 1 asleep. I could shoot a guy. I might Mockery. High hit rate. I think I'm gonna go in because then I can proc Agathis or Agarthus. Agathis to get the cold damage when hit.
Talk to me.
She's going to use a spiritual weapon. Greatsword. Because it's just a bonus action. It's way too good. Even in base... Like, even in base D&D, it's way too good. Killing that actually wouldn't be ideal, because then the Vicious Mockery effect would be pointless, but... It's still better to just have them out of the fight. Yeah, see? They focus it way more than they should. It's way too strong because of that. And it's resistant, so it's taking half damage. They're just going to focus it, and it's going to be too easy. Like, it's not... Maybe it's better on Tactician. And if it is, that's a good thing to improve, but... I really do think if that, at the very least, that better be fixed on Tactician difficulty. The degree to which enemies target, like, summoned units. Wow. He crit that one. The one before hit really hard too. It hit 10, which is max. That's not even max. It was 6 plus 9. That's it's so good. Like, all that for a bonus action 2nd level spell, and it hits for a ton. And it tanks really well against normal physical damage. Like, it's far better than it has any right to be. Like, they really shouldn't have given it HP. They should have left it as like an incorporeal, untargetable enemy. What is this? 2 crits in a row. I'm about to get crit to death. I guarantee it. Okay, he missed every attack. Come on, crit. Ah, reasonable. I'm just using Mockery because it's the highest hit rate. Didn't hit. Ooh, see, this is the recompense. This is what I deserve for the 2 crits in a row. Except then I high roll a firebolt for 10 damage, but... Please? He hasn't hit a single attack. Please don't miss. Okay.
Now this monstrosity.
Was that 40 for each of them? Yes, that was better than the hyenas were giving.
Again, that's for sure.
So it is in my best interest.
Predators like these can smell spilled blood a mile away.
Yeah, I got double experience from killing them as gnolls instead of leaving them as hyenas.
Need to find a way forward.
Which, like, it's from a, like, if you view experience as, you know, experience, like, oh, the experience of fighting gnolls is a bigger learning experience than fighting weak hyenas that are bloated and unable to do anything. Oh, this is racism, right? Name of Lord Binder, Second Sundering, Ogma. Oh, I'm actually gonna read this. I thought this was the anti-tiefling. A circular from the Church of Ogma, which is relevant to my character. Lord of all knowledge. It is stamped with the seal of Brevik Feanor, Most High Lore Master of the Unrolling Scroll Temple in Baldur's Gate. Ooh, that might be relevant because you do go to Baldur's Gate. Maybe you can visit the Unrolling Scroll Temple. To the good godly folk of Faerun, in the first instance, and in the name of Lord Binder himself, let me bid you thanks. The realms-shaking events that have since become known as the Second Sundering marked a time of great confusion and upheaval. Gods fell and rose again. Lost continents reappeared. And the very weave shook as the plains birthed a new and yet mysterious order. Such chaos is often anathema to Ogma's sacred pursuit of truth and knowledge. However, with the help of the innumerable first-hand accounts submitted to our agents by good folk all across the continent, the Church is satisfied that an image of these strange years has begun to coalesce. As such, we would kindly ask that no further unsolicited material on this matter be sent to our temples. While all knowledge is of import to the Lord Binder, we are confident that any future plane-shaping events will not be presaged in the shape of tobacco smoke, or read in the dropping of the village herd. A new and strange age is upon us. For divine guidance, we humbly bid you to look to your local temple leaders, and to forward such relevant materials to them. This is basically, stop sending us stuff that's utterly meaningless. Wrong button. Shift. Nope. Alt. Kind of neat. Not half as informative as I was thinking it might have been. Arsonist's Oil. Transforms target's fire resistance to fire vulnerability. Immune to fire damage or unaffected. So basically, if you're going to fight Karlach, oops, I didn't mean that. If you're going to fight Karlach, you can use that. A Sage of Candlekeep. Basically, Avernus is complicated. Oh, this is relevant. Read the sentence again. Open it, and I will... Open it, and I will know, because you'll be dead. This is not a threat. This is what will happen if you open the chest. I know who that's from. I know all about it. I might try to open the chest and not side with the... Or not be as willing to help the... What are they called? Zentarum. Baldur's Gate is complaining. The Keepers of the Gate are anti... Yeah, they're anti...
Always room for more?
refugee. I think the little on the nose. But I mean, it is the message that it's getting across. It's not a huge issue, but it's very real scenario pulled into the game, which is fine, but like, it's not subtle about it, is what I can say. Okay, this is important. I don't think I can accidentally fight her. As long as I just don't attack her instantly. What is this? That can't be the toll collector. That's not the toll collector in chapter 2, is it? It must be a toll you found your toll collector here, not the toll collector character in the shadow area, who will be relevant later.
One horn, the stink of Avernus, advocatus diaboli.
Well, I'll be God's damned. The Blade of Frontiers. Thought I'd shaken you for good. That'll teach me to underestimate you.
You're the devil we've been hunting. Tell me, monster, what's it like? I mean, this wouldn't be an unreasonable one, but I think it's this. To talk.
Bloody right. An honor to be chased by the Blade of Frontiers, but I...
A great heat roars through you. Her heat, fiery as the hells. Then you're lost in visions of demonic armies as you tear through a landscape of fire and blood, the Blood War. You saw it from above as the Nautiloid passed through Avernus. This woman was on the front line.
What was that?
Evidence. Proof that you're a devil. A gladiator in the archdevil Zariel's army.
I can explain, but it's a whole situation. If you just hear me out...
Another vision. Karlach's blade raised, slicing through devils, Zariel's servants, as her eyes dart around, seeking escape. Her rage and desperation seep into you. She is a victim of the Blood War, not an agent of it.
She's trying to trick us. Don't believe her lies.
You saw the truth. I never wanted to serve Zariel. I was enlisted in her army against my will. Forced to fight, and fight I did. When I saw an opportunity to get away, I took it. Finally home. Or near it, anyway.
You served her. That's enough to damn you.
I mean, I obviously want the character. I think this is too callous.
Will catches his breath and his lips straighten. Sheer dread twists his face.
You don't know what you're saying. You're asking me to trust a devil.
I mean, she sort of poses a threat by indirectly.
You know monsters, right? Better than anyone. Look into my eyes. Can't you see I'm not what you think?
Shit. You really are no devil, are you? I've been deceived.
Oh, thank the gods. Thought I was gonna have to take your head.
You would have died in the attempt. But there have been enough threats today.
Truce then, eh?
Aye. Truce.
I'm Karlak, but you already knew that. And you are...
Sure.
Well met, soldier. Nice to meet a friendly around here. It's been tough going so far. I may not be a devil, but I can put the Blade's reputation to work. How would you feel about helping me kill some evil bastards? Little background if your moral compass needs something to point at. You already know I fought in the Blood War. I was good. Really good. Turns out I've got a knack for killing demons. That made me a valuable asset. Zariel, the archdevil herself, made me as her personal attack dog. I played along until I could get the fuck out of there. But devils don't like to lose their assets. Zariel liked it so little. She sent a bunch of goons, so-called paladins of Tyr, to take me back. Problem is, I'm not going.
I think they kill me if I try to fight them now.
Don't worry, I'll lead the charge. But I could use your help. There's a lot of them and only one of me. After that, we can team up. Take Faerun by the short hairs. Sound good?
Sure. And then
Yes.
not enough space.
They cornered me outside the toll house just up the hill. Doubt they've gone far after the scorching I gave them. Hang on though. Looks like you've got enough back. I'll catch up with you when it's time to camp for now.
This is just generic. No, don't move, 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 don't move.
Karlak and Will seem to have put their differences aside, if you're sure. As you like.
No, 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 no. No, let me speak to her. No, no, no. Let me speak. No. No, I don't want to go to camp to talk to her. Oh, what a waste of time. I'll talk there in a minute. Oh, just apparated.
What's the story?
Come on, we're heading out. Oh, she didn't even give her comments? Lame. Are her stats bad? Yep. They're not great. The division on just 13-15 is just not good. Though, it's less bad for her, at least aesthetically, because she can't really go above 15 constitution. She wouldn't be able to get to the 16 without dumping other stuff, but it might be worth it to respec her so that I can get either 14 dex, 14 constitution, or 12 dex, 10 wisdom, 16 constitution. More dex would give her more AC. She's probably not going to be... Oh, actually. My main character's not going to be unarmored. He might be, though. But there's braces that give +2 if you are unarmored. So she could wear clothing with 10 armor. Then +2 from this, plus a bunch from those two to be good enough for AC. Actually, yeah. For her AC, when she's not wearing armor, pulls from Constitution. So one more Constitution, one less Dex would be more AC and more health. I think respecking and taking that into consideration is worth it.
I shall be here in my
I think it's worth it for that. She's still a barbarian. I'm not going to change that. but if I... Yeah, I can't do that, but I can do that. 16, 12, lean into unarmored, though unarmored's kind of bad. Like, emphasizing the unarmored defense, you need to get a ton of stat points to get it even to break even with, like, medium armor. So medium armor is generally going to be better. So it might be in my interest, but losing out on medium armor to get the unarmored bracer for +2 armor. There's also armored bracers that give +1 armor, but I think that the one that I know of is a bard, and I would equip that on my character because I'm a bard this time. The +2 AC, as opposed to... Okay, if I view it this way, this is 3 plus the bracers is 5 AC from the Constitution for being unarmored. Versus medium armor can get to like 16 base, which is just better AC. It's like losing 1 point there, going 1 more point there, getting 12 wisdom would be better for AC, worse for HP. If I go Beast Barbarian, HP is even more valuable because the higher her HP pool, everything's reduced. She has resistance to all damage except for Psychic. So having more HP is even more valuable for her because it's effectively doubled. Well, probably not doubled by math, but it's probably similar. I think having her go medium armor, unless Berserker has a specific bonus for being unarmored. I don't think it does. I'm going Berserker, probably. Because it's either Berserker or Wild Magic. Wild Magic just seems inconsistent. But it could be fun. Ooh, it could be very fun. They have level 6. Bolstering Magic Boon is presumably added to the list of... So yeah, that adds to the Wild Magic table. So they can get Weapon Infusion, which increases their damage, which is good. Magic Retribution. Gets hit, retaliate is good. Everyone around gets +1 AC is good. Each turn as a bonus action, choose to summon a Spectral Flump. The Flump explodes at the end of your turn, dealing force damage in an AoE. Bolt of Light. Bonus action, Bolt of Light from your chest at a target. Deals 1d6 radiant and blinds on a failed Constitution save. Vine Growth. Difficult terrain for everyone but you in 15 feet. Useful. Bonus action, choose to teleport to an unoccupied space. Shadowy Tendrils lash out outward from you. Constitution save or 1d12. Necrotic and gaining 1d12 temp hit points. That seems really good. And then at level 6, I assume it's Wild Magic chances that 1d4 bonus to attack rolls for 10 turns for one person. Restore 1 level spell, restore a level 2, restore a level 3. While enraged, when you take damage or fail a saving throw, trigger another Wild Magic. Does it seem fun? Yes. It definitely seems less tanky than Bear Totem. But I think I might not. My other character had Bear Totem, and that's just, it's tanky, but that's it. Frenzy, Berserker, Barbarian gets Frenzied Strain when they use Frenzied Strike, which they can use a bonus action to Frenzied Strike. Frenzied Strain reduces attack rolls by 1. Which, like, you get an extra... You just attack more, but you grow less accurate. And... Frenzy ends if you don't attack. Normal resistance, I believe. Deal additional damage. Frenzy ends. It's fairly normal rage, I believe. Mindless rage. You can't be charmed, frightened. And you can't be calmed. Intimidating presence. Menace an enemy and instill fear. Versus... So wild magic, rage, seems fun and I can respec if it's bad. So I can go wild magic. It might be worse because you don't get as many attacks or as much damage reduction or other boons, but I would always pick bear because half damage from everything basically is good. You sense when things aren't as they should be. Advantage on dex saves against traps, spells, and surfaces. You can't be blinded or incapacitated. Reckless attack is actually always nice. And now I can pick it. Wild Heart is the, what, totem warrior or something? But I'm gonna go wild magic because it seems more interesting. Still good. Well, probably not great, but it's more interesting. Just better proficiency bonus is useful, actually. In specific situations. Ooh, that plus Bard seems kind of nice. Actually, if you're in melee range with a bunch of people, you just use your bonus action for that. And that will really make you less threatened by stuff like fireballs. Because a +2, +3, +4 to the save is not bad. Whereas this is all out attacking. And there's like cheesy tavern brawler builds that work with Berserker that are, in my opinion, cheesy. This would be good because Bearheart is, in my opinion, the safest one to take. Resistance to all damage, but the other ones I think are useful in specific cases. But this is just easy. But Wild Magic's interesting, so that's what I'm going. I gained Searing Smite, which is pretty cool. So now she's part of the party. She goes there, because main character, tank, and then backline, sort of. But he's not a backliner, he should go there. Not that it makes any difference. I have to talk to Will. He still has Armor of Agathis.
Always a pleasure.
You've been witness to a pantomime, I'm sorry to say.
It's gonna be rough soon.
And I've played my part all too poorly.
I'd like to know who.
I can say only this. Karlach's not the only one who's had a villain's knife held to their throats. One night soon, when we make camp, the veil will be lifted, and I'll pay my penance.
Good, should I be worried?
You're not in any danger, I promise. I can't say the same about me.
The interesting thing about it is that it's kind of fun.
I don't suppose you've any clue where we are in relation to Waterdeep.
I mean, we actually do know.
From this distance between El Turel and Baldur's
Heh.
Gate, I'd say a long way away.
That will make getting word to my mother rather tricky. No matter. What she doesn't know can't hurt her. Not at this distance, anyway.
I don't know if that's a joke. I don't remember ever hearing anything about his mother, character-wise. I could try to fight them now. I think they would be a level up on me, and it was already a fairly tough fight. So I think I can ignore them for a bit. And instead try to kill the giants in the corner here and explore the cave. I should be able to reach level 4 fairly easily. I'll check if there is a teleport point close by though. This is where we fight the guys, right in here. I'll do it differently than I did previously. I'll walk in the front door instead of Trying to sneak and jump him like that. Because there's spoilers. One of the... Ooh, she is a mage type. She's level 4. I could kill her in one turn, but there's another 2 people in there. And if I get unlucky, I think I could just die. What's that? I don't remember that. Oh, no, I know what this is. No, I don't know what that is. Can I follow the bridge? Will they let me? Nice. That's a lot of milk cans. Maybe I'll go kill these gnolls. I mean, if the guys with the secret package up here die, that's actually good. Because then I can steal the chest. Without it being as suspicious. And with it being properly justified. Ooh.
Soldiers, if my eye... Hey, we're still going after those paladins, right?
Yeah.
Can't leave Zariel's bruisers
Okay, I guess I'm
roaming
doing it right away.
Good news. Can't wait to see him finished.
Because I want to fight... I need line of sight. Are they level 3, level 4? Level 4. They have a lot of HP. I don't think I can fight them right now.
Tastes good. Like bear.
I might be able to fight them, but I don't think I can fight them right now. I think Hex and blasting him with the Warlock could work, but... I could just try to... You know what, let's just talk to them instead of planning to kill them. The only reason I'd go out of my way to kill them is meta reasons. That might not even be correct. Oh no, it definitely is correct, because he's definitely wearing... The reason that he's enlightened is his helmet thing.
Tastes like fish. Gentlemen, contain yourselves. This quarrel sours our faith.
And these characters are fun.
Besides, tastes like pork. And what surprise is this?
I like Lump, he's a fun character.
Look here. I have eyed yet another prize. Fortune favors our bellies.
What a good character.
Stranger, be you friend or food. The mark is her measure. Show us the brand of the absolute.
You're quite eloquent for an ogre. I could do that if I need to.
Am I not astonishing?
He's great.
A robust diet makes for a shrewd mind, you see.
His hands are huge.
I'm a gourmand. And you, a delicacy. Unless you bear the mark, of course.
I think deception... I mean, realistically, this is not what I would go for. I'd go for a different line to try to deceive him, but whatever. I don't want to actively fight him right here. See, that's garbage. This is why I don't like crit fails. I mean, I would have failed anyway. Well, actually, I could have gotten a +9 on that. I will use one more. At least. Failing on a 10 is pretty obnoxious. When you have +6 to 9.
How regrettable. Tell me, sweet creature, does your flesh taste as honeyed as I could hope for?
Even sweeter still.
You wound me, creature. I can hardly resist you. Food? Food. Not food. Friend.
He's great. Oh, he's my best friend.
Your candor makes you all the more enticing. We follow the sense of blood and gold to all lands fertile, friend. And this land proves particularly fruitful.
I notice you don't bear a brand of your own.
I've no use for the absolute, or any god. I follow two masters only. Gluttony and greed. The goblins understand my appetites. They sate my hunger for gold. And the rest sate my hunger for meat. Boss goblin give gold. We check brand. Good deal. No talk.
I'll leave for now, hoping that they stay.
Alas, not so much as a nibble. Food? No, not food.
Yeah, their int is by default, they're into the 5. I can kill them later, actually. I've talked to them. I'll kill them later. Because I think he gives Headband of Intellect, which makes sense because he's smarter. It might not be him that gives the Headband of Intellect. I could be misremembering. Because I didn't actually get it myself. I don't want that. I want to move my green over there, but... Okay, I'm trying to go... Yes, I'm trying to go right here. Because that's it's fairly interesting to me. Ooh, I need to go down there, though. That's the next thing I'll do. Go down the well. But I want to show something that I found quite interesting. Because it made no sense. Okay. If you go here... Survival check failed. I want them all to roll it. Nope. I hate that I can click on them like that. If you go here...
Defender of the people.
For some reason... Eldritch Blast's range increases. Shooting from here... Going downhill shouldn't increase the range. Because it's just a beam. It should stop at a set distance. Because it doesn't care about gravity. I'm actually just going to burst him to death, though.
Attack.
Bad RNG on that.
Looking ahead.
Like, Sacred Flame doesn't increase in range. A bow shot increasing is kind of reasonable. She can shoot. Except literally no one can ever hit. Do I have anything that has a higher hit chance? Well, I could waste this. 65% chance. Should I? I just want him dead. I just thought it was funny.
Is that blood?
But now he's gone, so
Never mind.
I didn't want him to trigger further fighting once he started. Once he aggroed, I didn't want to trigger further fighting. And so he's dead now. So I've explored there. I need to go under here, which requires me entering, closing in. Requires me to enter here.
Quite exhausted.
Into the well.
A good night's sleep would do me wonders.
I still haven't. I've gotten this far without a long rest.
Of moss, the well looks unremarkable.
Investigation.
Dry stones line the wall. At the bottom, something gleams in the dappled light.
Throw a coin.
The coin disappears into the darkness, landing with a soft clink.
Climb down the bucket rope. Imagine trusting the bucket rope to not snap. Like, a lot of faith in a bucket rope. I need to save before I die. I like that. This area is cool.
Something didn't like that.
Yeah, this is actually pretty good. Pulling one out. Oh shoot, it is all 4. This is not going to go well at all.
Find a route.
I was hoping. So I'm going to rage. I mean, they're gonna tunnel, or they're gonna travel in fairly. Oh, and that triggers on my allies. Rough. So she should have been a little further away. Because then I wouldn't have been hit by the AoE. But why do I not have an action? Because I shot this and that's what triggered it, of course. I should probably Bardic... Oh, no, Cutting Words. So I should save the Bardics for that. Not that Cutting Words is great, but I think I might die here. And by die, I mean not have a good time. If I could shoot that, that would be good. He would drop, take like 10 damage. Oh, double. I need to fireball that. By fireball, I mean... Oh, what's it called? Oh, I forgot to swap her to a melee weapon. I messed up. By fireball, I meant firebolt. If I could get someone to firebolt there... He has firebolt. It might be worth helping him. Has a full action, though. Help him so that he can move up, so that he can firebolt there. I mean, I'm gonna quick save just to see if that will work, because that's way more fun. Except, it's not gonna matter, because he's not in-webbed. He's in-webbed, but it's not something that will just be gone. So I'll just hope it goes well. He'll go up and hope to not get webbed. I think jump and then move gets me a little more distance. Okay, she needs to kill. Or try to kill this guy. I can take a ton of damage in return, because they have an effect infested. It's really threatening. Removed by fire or acid. So if I just fire damage...
What fools these mortals be.
Don't move, just jump. Whatever. Like, I'd much rather get this firebolt to there, so they fall and take a bunch of fall damage. I think that's higher value than anything else. Oh, only 3 damage, not even a 10th, nowhere near as much as I was hoping for. Oh, fire damage would be nice. I guess I'll move her to a better position and accept getting hit. Triggering the infested is kind of rough, but I dealt damage, so I don't need to worry.
Let's go.
I could Vicious Mockery. No, I couldn't. Where's the other guy? Where is the other guy? Oh, he's far away. Okay, I'm fine. I could shoot from long range. No, I couldn't. Not quite in range. Still not in range, right? Yep. I'm actually going to cast Light, because I can't see, Gale can't see, and I don't think Will can see. So I think, oh yeah, the AoE Venom Discharge instead of melee attacking. Bad idea. Except I actually don't want to burn that, because that's a quicker... is it a quicker path? It is a slightly quicker path to further exploration. 65 versus 65, and this is 4 to 13 versus 1 to... or 4 to 13 versus 4 to 13. They're actually the same. This gets me in melee range though, which is less ideal. I think if I could get a shot on his... I really wish there was better vertical camera control in this game. Eldritch Blast is just better. Do I not get a new... Oh no, the wild magic thing was just the disappearing of... Why is she hitting so hard? She's just rolling really well.
Tale for the ages.
Oh, actually. Don't cancel that.
Mistra Rill.
You... Like, I can still get up here, because there's another path that I can take. So I'm fine knocking this down. It'll be only slightly inconvenient. And then get her to be in threat range. Vicious Mockery only applies to attacks. Is this an attack roll? It is an attack roll.
There's a stench about you.
Nice. Disadvantage on attack roll for the venomous discharge, so he missed. I mean, this doesn't matter. He's more threatening. So I'd rather kill him from distance, because that poison is incredibly dangerous. I can jump here and shoot the spider, hopefully, and not miss. I've only used her post level 5 where she had multiple attacks, but now she misses. And it's gonna... Oh no, if she doesn't get hit, she's gonna... No, but Infested keeps the rage going. Never mind, I'm fine. Actually, I need to see this. If I hit this, the Infested goes away. That's great.
Can't even catch my breath.
The Ettercap, dangerous, but Vicious Mockerying so that the Venom attack is less likely to hit is useful. Okay, he can melee. Oh, the Infested restacks. Good to know. That the infestation triggers again. Please hit. And the infestation didn't explode. Wonderful. What was the failed saving throw against Flytrap? Her hit rate's pretty bad. What is the simple toxin? What? So do I apply Infested when I attack right now? No idea.
Dice roll in my favor.
Mockery is probably higher. Yeah, Mockery 60%. Normal attack 60%. I'd rather Mockery. Okay. It's about time for me to full rest. You're gonna stop him from dying. I don't have the... Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna full rest. I just don't want him to go down. Yeah, he's not going down, that's fine. Not having the life cleric is slightly detrimental when I want to heal. But I didn't have an actual, like, good life cleric in my previous playthrough, so it's not an issue.
Light on my feet.
Okay, please stop burning. Nice. I think greatswords are better. Oh, actually, I should really give the greatsword that Lae'zel has to her. Because Lae'zel's... That greatsword's just a better base greatsword in every way. He's human. He could wield a shield too to get more AC. He has 13. His AC is really bad. And I'm having him on the front line. That's a bad idea. Well, time to change his packed weapon to a rapier. Probably. Which is aesthetically fitting. And give him a shield. So that he's less squishy. Because his AC is bad.
No one stopped me yet. Need to find a way forward.
And there's nothing down there. I think you can jump, but that might be a jump to death.
What's inside?
Yeah, there's nothing up here that I would miss. It's fine that I burned all that stuff. Over here, this area is interesting. I'm not going to go further into the cave, though. because this is a level 5 boss with like 130 HP, and I need to full rest. So, before I go in further, I'll step out of the bucket, do a full rest, and that's where I'll stop today, after the full rest. I don't know why they walk through the toxin. Like, first full rest of the game. Only 7.5 hours in. People are gonna talk to me. Yep. Oh, there's the scene with Will. I wonder if he gets dark vision after this.
She's coming.
Will, you've been naughty. And you know what happens when you're naughty.
God damn it. Anyone but her.
Will, you absolute stinker.
What a choice of words.
Kept me a secret? Time to let the Hellcat out of the bag. Call me Mizora. I'm Will's patron, the fount of his power. My pet's been unruly, and his leash needs a yank. We had a deal, Will. But Karlak's still breathing.
I've taken more pleasant shits than you, Mizora. And at least those can be buried after.
That's no kind of talk for a lady. By the way, Karlak, Zariel sends her regards.
You told me! Devils only! She's a tiefling, not a monster!
How precious. The little pupster's found his bark.
Clause G, Section 9. Target shall be limited to the infernal, the demonic, the heartless, and the soulless.
This is funny.
Karlak meets the criteria, pet. Trust me on this.
Oh, I think the previous time I saw this, she actually mentioned the heartless part because I had heard about her infernal heart before, I think. Get to the point, devil.
The point? Oh, yes. Thanks for the reminder.
Will burns in the fires of Avernus. The lightning storms of Dis strike his flesh. His soul passes through each layer of the hells, gaining their essence and their torment.
Like, is he a tiefling now? Does he have dark vision? Or is he still human? His eyes changed, so he should have dark vision.
That's better.
What the hells have you done?
A promise broken, a price paid. You know the terms.
Get used to the new form, pet.
There's no going back. Some magic even I can't undo. Now, let's see how the frontiers fare without their precious blade. Karlak, keep an eye on him, would you? I'll be keeping mine on you. Oh, and Will, don't forget, our pact still stands. Ta-ta.
So, mechanically, does he have dark vision? He does not. He's still human. Interesting.
At least things have stayed interesting.
I'll be honest, soldier. I'm reeling. Will hardly knows me, but he chose my life over his.
It's a glowing heart.
Been a long time since someone stuck their neck out for me like that. You can say that again. When he was chasing me through Avernus, I thought he was just another sad merc. How wrong I was.
This is what I like about Karlach's character. She's so positive. Like, you know, he didn't have to do that, but he did.
God's damn her, straight back to the hells. Just look at me. I did what was right.
And you didn't even get dark
Mazora made
vision.
me pay for it. I'd be hunting devils and demons, she said. Traitors and hypocrites, heartless evils of all sorts, but not Zariel's victims. Not innocent tieflings.
Warlock pacts tend to be unforgiving from what you know of them. Will was lucky he didn't face a more severe punishment.
You're lucky she didn't take your soul. Or what did you ask with that?
I'd count my lucky stars for it, but I reckon luck is on holiday. I'm only alive because my patron still has use for me. It's Mazora who grants me the power to conjure armor and cast eldritch blasts. Before I was infected, I could even call hell beasts and summon festering clouds, but I promise you, every thrust of my blade and every flame I sparked was for the good of the coast.
How did you get involved?
The one little question that put me out of house and home. I can't utter the terms or circumstances of the pact.
Basically same answer.
I can tell you most all else, but the pact, I'm forbidden, unless Mazora
I'm pretty sure
permits it. But I'll say this.
at least 2 of those questions get the
moment
same
I pacted
response.
myself to Mazora, I have not regretted for a heartbeat. It was my proudest deed. It was worth the sacrifice. All I can give you on that is my solemn word.
Decent. All that's here. None of the characters are too forward yet, which is nice, but it's also the first. Oh, is Starion gonna bite me? He should. Hopefully he won't. Yeah, this auto select is kind of broken because it fully selects stacks. If you have a stack of like 16 potatoes, it grabs all of them, and sometimes you can get 100 out of 40 when it auto selects, which is kind of a pain. But 41's close enough, even if I could easily get to 40. Wasting one isn't an issue. Good. No Astarion. Well, it's our boy. Okay. So first, knowledge for intelligence. Let's see if it works. Lovely. Then astral knowledge for wisdom. And there's the strat. Finally. Look at these numbers. It's glorious. Actual bonuses for all the intelligences despite my 0 intelligence. And +3 for all the wisdoms. Wonderful. Deception's bad. Intimidation's bad. Relatively speaking. It's still a +3. It's still just as good as wisdom. Because it's charisma. So I won't be as good as I'll be worse at some charisma checks. But I'll be better at everything except for athletics and acrobatics. Like, it's very average. Well, actually above average for everything. Ah, wonderful. It's great to see it actually work. Oh no, I was here to talk to the dog. Speak with animals.
Hope you're keeping well, friend.
Ah, it's so sweet.
Master. Friend. I stayed with him until I knew he was gone. I'll never forget him. But I'm glad to have met you.
3 points. It's so wholesome. No, it's not wholesome at all. His friend died. Okay. Oh, no. Shoot. I need to steal the greatsword from Lae'zel. I forgot. I will temporarily dismiss her.
What can I do you for? Sounds boring.
Like, those sounds boring, etc. It's too negative. I do wish it was a boring confirmation thing.
It is.
Okay.
Still alive.
Okay.
So
Now
that's
you're
progress.
gone.
Yeah. Shook. As you.
Like, she's basically not going to be part of my party until I'm back.
up for discussion?
Until I'm exploring the crash at like
Soldier?
the start of chapter 2. Now I can give her the Everburn Blade.
Making me sweat.
6 to 19. It's so much better than just default. 'Cause it's just a free +1 d4. And it fits the aesthetic. Look at it. Look at the Burning Blade.
I've got a long
Okay.
road ahead.
But time to leave camp and then... No. Okay. But that will be stopping point for today. Next time, I'll go back down into the well. I probably won't kill the big boss that I haven't visibly seen yet, but I'll go down there. I need to go here soon, because I assume that one's relatively time sensitive. But I'm going to explore here, see how much I can see. I probably won't get a ton of experience from it. Then I'll do the north stuff. Oh, okay. Then I'll do the stuff to the north. I won't do all the stuff to the north. I'm only going to do the stuff like here. In this section of the north. I'm going to ignore the burning building. Or avoid it, hopefully, and not trigger anything. Then I think after that I'll go to the south. And then after clearing the south, I'll move towards the goblin camp. Which is important. But that will be continuing next time. So, have a good day. Bye-bye.